Attention passionate Washington Commanders fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC East and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Washington Commanders' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Washington Commanders fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with YOUR, FRIENDS and Washington Commanders FANS. Let's get to the news. Now, folks, it's not every day you hear about a blockbuster trade rumor that could shake up the entire NFC East, and believe me, this one is big. The buzz swirling around the league right now suggests that the Dallas Cowboys might be looking to make a bold move that could have serious repercussions for their division rivals, especially the Washington Commanders. Rumors are swirling that Dallas is considering trading their star wide receiver, CeeDee Lamb, and the potential trade package could be quite significant. It's a move that could reshape the landscape of the division, and for Washington fans, it's definitely something to keep an eye on. So what's the scoop? Well, according to reports from Adam Schefter and other NFL insiders, there's a strong buzz that the Cowboys, sitting at 3-5-1 and struggling with an offense that's leaking points, allowing an average of 38 points per game, might be looking for a way to shake things up. The team is reportedly eyeing a deal that would send CeeDee Lamb to Washington in exchange for a first-round pick and a fourth-round pick in the 2026 NFL Draft. The Cowboys are also reportedly looking to free up around $20 million in cap space, which they plan to use for a rebuild on the defensive line, an area that's been a weak spot this season. This potential trade would be a seismic shift in the league, and especially impactful for the NFC East, which has been a hotly contested division for years. Now, you might be asking yourself, why would Dallas do this? Well, the Cowboys have a lot riding on their offseason plans, especially regarding extensions for players like Dak Prescott. Their record of 3-5-1 might not look great, but what's more concerning is their offensive line, which has been battered all season long, giving up an average of 8 sacks per game. That's a recipe for disaster when you're trying to compete in a division loaded with talented defenses. Moving Lamb could be a way for Dallas to maximize draft capital before his value potentially declines, especially given the recent injuries he's battled this season. But for the Commanders, this could be a game changer. Washington, sitting at 3-7 and still in the development phase, has been in need of a true WR1 to complement Jahan Dotson and Terry McLaurin. The team's offense has shown flashes, and with a reliable receiver like Lamb, the attack could take a significant leap forward. Lamb's profile is impressive. Despite missing 6 games in 2025 due to injury, he still managed to rack up over 600 yards receiving in just 7 games, with 35 receptions on 54 targets, averaging 14 yards per catch and over 81 yards per game. That kind of explosiveness is exactly what the Commanders need to stretch defenses and open up the run game. Plus, Lamb's career stats are nothing short of impressive. Over 0 yards and 40 touchdowns with a PFF grade of 88.2, which is elite. When healthy, Lamb is a game changer on the field, and adding him to Washington's arsenal would give Sam Howell a much-needed boost in the passing game. Now let's talk about what this means on the field. If Washington manages to acquire Lamb, it could lead to a massive upgrade in their offensive production. Right now, the Commanders are averaging around 22.3 points per game, an okay number, but nowhere near what they need to truly contend in the NFC. Bringing in Lamb could push that number up to around 28 points per game, a significant jump that could tip the scales in close contests. His ability to create separation, around 2.8 yards, and YAC yards after catch of about 5.5 yards makes him a prime target for quick plays and big chunk gains. His precise route running and reliable hands, with a catch rate of 70% this season and 0 drops, make him an ideal fit for what the Commanders are trying to build offensively. And let's not forget, Lamb would be a perfect heir to Diggs in terms of playmaking ability. His addition could boost the Commanders' offense by over 0 yards per season, especially considering his history of making clutch catches in critical moments. With McLaurin drawing coverage and Lamb stretching the field, defenses would have a much harder time locking down Washington's attack. This move could also serve as a catalyst for the offense to reach new heights, especially with offensive coordinator Eric Bieniemy now calling the shots and trying to unleash a more dynamic passing attack. The hope is that Lamb's route precision and ability to gain separation would unlock more big plays, helping Howell develop chemistry and confidence in clutch situations. Now, when you look at the broader impact, the trade could give Washington a real shot at making a playoff push. Right now, the NFC is wide open, and with the addition of a player like Lamb, the Commanders could see a boost in their odds of making it into the postseason. A jump from a 10-12% chance to around 20-25% is realistic if Lamb becomes a consistent weapon. Plus, his presence in the red zone, where he's shown to be clutch with an 80% catch rate, could be the X factor in close games. It could also translate into better odds for a deep playoff run, perhaps even giving Washington a shot at that elusive Super Bowl appearance. But it's also important to consider the ripple effects. For Dallas, trading Lamb now might be a way to recoup some of the draft capital they need, especially with their cap issues and the need to bolster their defense. They've allowed a staggering 277 points this season, which has been a major problem. Plus, with Prescott's contract extensions on the horizon, Dallas might be looking to retool and get younger. Moving Lamb before his value drops further makes strategic sense from that perspective. Still, it's a tough pill for Cowboys fans to swallow, losing such a talented receiver at a time when the team desperately needs to improve defensively. In terms of the NFC East power dynamic, this potential trade sends a message that Washington is serious about competing at a higher level. They're not just looking to be a middling team. They want to contend for a playoff spot and make some noise once they get there. Lamb's addition could be the boost that elevates their offensive efficiency, making them a more balanced and dangerous team. It would also put pressure on the other division rivals, like Philly and the Giants, to respond with their own moves. The NFC East has always been a fierce battleground, and a move like this could tip the scales in Washington's favor, especially if it leads to a playoff run and possibly a deep postseason appearance. Now, looking ahead, you have to wonder about the long-term implications. If Washington does land Lamb, it could set the stage for further upgrades, maybe at the offensive line or in the secondary, because the team is clearly aiming to build a more explosive and consistent contender. The coaching staff, led by head coach Ron Rivera, would surely be thrilled to have a player of Lamb's caliber, especially considering his ability to step up in clutch moments. His proven track record as an All-Pro in 2023 and his ability to make plays under pressure make him a perfect fit for what Washington needs to push further. And with the team's recent draft history and focus on developing young talent, adding a proven star like Lamb could accelerate their rebuild and help them reach that next level. And let's not forget, in the bigger picture of NFL strategy, acquiring a player like Lamb isn't just about filling a roster spot. It's about making a statement, showing that Washington is serious about competing now, not just rebuilding. It's about attracting free agents, instilling confidence in the fan base, and sending a message to the rest of the league that the Commanders are on the rise. Plus, with the current NFL landscape so competitive, every upgrade counts, and Lamb could be the missing piece that turns a good team into a great one. Of course, all of this hinges on whether the trade actually happens. The NFL offseason is always full of surprises, and teams often keep their cards close to the vest until the last minute. But if the rumors are true and Washington manages to land Lamb, it could be one of the most significant moves of the year. The fans would be energized, the offense would get a serious boost, and the division race would be more exciting than ever. It's a storyline that could define the NFC East for years to come, and as Commanders fans, we should be ready to embrace whatever comes next. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YOUTUBE algorithm to keep recommending the latest Washington Commanders news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. And now, Washington Commanders fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this potential blockbuster move? Do you think acquiring CeeDee Lamb would be the game changer for the offense and the division? Are you excited about the possibilities, or do you think it's too risky? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Washington Commanders. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Washington Commanders news. This team is on the rise, and with moves like this, the future looks brighter than ever. Let's keep the faith, stay loud, and support our boys in their quest for greatness.